Hey everybody, this is Meyer, and in this video we're going to be creating this key. It's kind of like a counter melody key that has this very analog sound for this track to just kind of play as a call and response to the main lead. And probably I'd let that first note play again here. Anyway, let's get started. All right, so to go ahead and create the sound, I'm going to initialize or duplicate our initial patch. And I'm just going to call this, I don't know, give it a piano and call it key. I don't know, give it some sort of interesting key-like color. Now, we need to actually come up with some sort of melody that's going to work with our lead. Yeah, so let's go ahead and try to get the basics of the sound first. Go ahead and give this stereo. The really important thing is getting a nice filter, so maybe I'll use maybe the Curtis analog. And I'm going to use the filter envelope for this, but it's really important. Let's go ahead and use this an octave higher. And going to use the mod wheel. And now what I'm going to do under the matrix section, or actually, sorry, under the effects section, is we're going to just add some effects. So medium reverb. Delay, ping pong delay. Add some saturation. And here I'm going to add a chorus. I may start with this just normal chorus. What I'm doing with this velocity is making sure that this is responding to the velocity. And now what I'm going to do is under the matrix is I want to have LFO 1 modulating the pitch of oscillator 1. So we're going to do pitch, or actually fine. Fine is fine. Doesn't need to go more than a semitone. So under the setup, I'm going to have these free running. And I'm going to unlock this to the BPM. LFO 1 plus minus. LFO 2 plus minus is going to be to the fine pitch of oscillator 2. And maybe add a little bit of fade in. Once again, I'm trying to give this kind of a nice analog sound. Even though you don't really hear this too much in trance, I like kind of using this as a stylistic thing on the off keys. If we go to the setup, we can add a punch. And lastly, what I may do is for this filter, I think what I'm going to do is actually turn this to the bit crush. Kind of gritties up the sound, gives it a little bit of character that we're going to be wanting as we try to pencil this in. So let's go ahead and try just doing something. I'm not really sure what this is going to turn out like, but let's do this on this layer first so we can actually see. Actually, I'm going to do this on the main lead, and the reason for this is I want to see what I'm doing. I want to see the lead in the background and do something interesting. I want to do it here. So we're here in the key of G. So I can even set the scale, although I know the notes that are in the scale. Just routing this to the mixer. Alrighty, so I think that's sounding pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and take this and put it on its own channel. So I'm going to just call this key and go ahead and give it the color that I want it to have. Paste the MIDI and basically plop this down here. So it's going to go over here. So auto name, this is where that is going to be. So at this point, we want the filter closed. So then we play it and then it comes back in over here. And at this point, you know, you can decide, do you want that or not? I kind of like it, but maybe I would definitely spend more time messing around with it. But this isn't a video on counter melody writing. This is a video on sound design. So that's enough. I got to call it quits at this point. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.